Hey everybody, and welcome back to our coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2017 in Las Vegas. I'm Z Garcia. I'm here with Travis from Indie Boards and Cards /
Action Phase Games. One of the Travises. Games. There's two of them.
Oh, now there's two of them.
Yeah, well, he's the other Travis, and then I'm...
This is getting too confusing for me. So Travis is with me today, and he's gonna be showing us a few different things, but we're gonna start right here with
Beeeees.
I know. How many E's is that?
5.
I'm glad you knew that.
It's 5.
All right, so what's going on?
So Beeeees is a real-time dice game. Think kind of like Roll For It, but it's the gamer. We say it's the gamer's version of a real-time game.
Okay.
Yeah. So players are going to have a stack of Hive tiles in front of them.
Okay.
There's going to be this little pile of worker bees in the middle. We're each going to have one beeline card.
Beeline.
And then we'll have 5 dice. The dice, and this is obviously a prototype, they're going to 1 through 5 on all of the dice. On 2 of the dice, there's going to be a little wild, which is a little happy bee guy head. And then there's 3 dice that have a stinger.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is at the beginning of the game, we're going to start off, we're not going to actually play, but just humor me.
Okay.
So you hold your stack of tiles in one hand, you shuffle them up.
Face down like...
Yeah, well, so that when the dice would be facing up. You slam it down, you roll your dice, and you are trying to place dice on your tiles in front of you and your neighbor's tiles.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if I do this, then is it one at a time?
So here's the thing. So if the dice that are showing are like the color of the tile, there's 5 different colors of the tiles. You have to place all of these at once. I'd have to place 3 5s at one time.
Gotcha.
On this one, you'd be able to place them one at a time.
Okay.
So let's just assume that you got a 2, you got a 4, and I got a 1. So this tile's completed. You had the majority. You would kick my die off. You would take this and you'd start your hive. You flip it over. I get a helper bee for helping you complete your hive.
Gotcha.
It's worth half a point at the end of the game. Whoever has the most helper bees at the end of the game gets 3 points. And also if the helper bees are depleted, then it's one of the game-in conditions.
Okay.
So what we're going to be doing over the course of the game is while we're doing this, we're going to be frantically rolling dice. We have to roll with both hands.
Okay.
Okay. And in this game, when you re-roll any number of your dice, you have to re-roll all of them.
Gotcha.
So you can have some of them placed, but you can't selectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to be building your hive out over the course of the game. Each player will be, and going off of the stacks, you and your neighbor stacks. At the end of the game, you're going to score points for a like-colored adjacent tile.
So if you make the whole figure, boom, you score it.
So you would go 1. This would be worth 1, 2, 3 points. 4. 1, 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Because this one's
points.
not. This one's
Correct.
2 different halves and 2 different halves.
Yep. And so, like, if these were here, these would be worth nothing in your hive. So there is this. While we're kind of frantically doing this, you are trying to pay attention to the colors.
Well, I want to be looking at my neighbors also, see if I want that tile more than my own.
Yep.
Okay.
Like I said, the little smiley face guys are going to be a wild, so you can use them as any number. And what the stingers are is the killer bee. So you say killer bees, and you can literally just take one of your neighbor's tiles, no matter if there's dice on it, as long as it's not completed, and steal it.
And you still place it, you still use it?
You don't place them. You just say killer bee. You show
it's out.
Boom. Yeah. You take it and you put it into your hive.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So there's that.
Is it a single one of those
2
faces?
There's 3 dice that have the stingers. You need 2.
So a single one will trigger. Oh, you need 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yep. And so each player has 16 tiles. There's 3 copies of each of the 5 tiles, and everybody has 1 wildflower. And what the wildflower is, when that comes up, you scream beeline, and each player that's adjacent to that player uses their card, and they're trying to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutively. The first player to get that would flip it over, it goes in their hive, and it counts as every color.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of little thinky type things going on in the game. It plays in about 5-10 minutes, but it's a lot of fun.
So high energy, lots of rolling, lots going on.
Lots of bee puns, lots of E's.
Bees.
Yeah.
All right, cool. When is this going to be available?
So right now it's up on Kickstarter for about another week, and we're looking to do, I believe, a Gen Con Origins or Gen Con release for this one.
Okay, pretty soon. Cool.
Yep.
And what's the price of it?
$25, which is pretty good considering it has 25 custom die, these bee tokens, and however 16 times 5 is 80.
Sure, why not?
Let's
No,
just
it
say-
doesn't sound right.
No,
but
that doesn't sound right either.
but 5 players, right?
It plays up to 5. Yeah.
Five, okay.
And then every player's got the one little card.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So on Kickstarter, another
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So go check that out if it sounds cool. High energy, as I said, and we've got some more stuff over there. So let's see what else you want to bring out here, and just tell us a little bit about some of the other ones there.
So Trickster is a trick-taking game from Daniel Solis, who did Kodama for us.
Yeah.
It's got art from Beth Sobel.
Nice.
It's a little bit different of a trick-taking game in that the players, there's not like numbers, it's not just numbers and suits, there's characters, and the cards actually have abilities. So at the beginning of the game, you're going to choose 7 of the different characters, of which there are 7 copies of them. You're going to shuffle them up, that's going to comprise the deck.
Okay.
What's interesting about the game is the
Look at these bees out
yeah,
here.
well, they're beautiful, but yeah. So the first player is going to play a card. The second player sets the trick.
Okay.
And the trick can be either same character. We're going to have a hand of cards, obviously.
Okay, right.
It'll be same universe, because the idea is it's like these characters across the multiverse.
Okay, okay.
So, or no match at all. So the second player would set the trick, and then you're going to try and go around, and every player is going to
you
try to
follow that
obviously
rule.
follow the rule,
Right, right.
triggering their abilities as they play. So a lot of it's going to be managing the cards that are scored. You don't want to score. Lowest score wins this game. So if it goes all the way back around, if everyone manages to follow suit, the trickster would then collect all the cards. Okay. If a player can't follow suit, they bust and they collect the cards.
So you don't want the tricks.
Correct. After every player, or after one player rather, runs out of cards in their hand, that would end the round. You play 3 rounds, and what you do is you look at who has the majority of each universe. Whoever has the majority gets to discard those cards. They don't score them. So kind
cool.
of like parade.
Right, exactly.
Yep. And so it's got an interesting dynamic in that you have the modular play, so the trick taking with the abilities, the modular play, so that adds for interesting setups. And we have like suggested setups, like use these characters together if you want this type of a game.
Oh, cool, cool.
Use these characters if you want a more confrontational game, etc.
So how many character decks do you use, and how many are there in the box?
So you use 7 in a game. I believe that if you play the max number of players, if you play 7 players, you use an 8th one.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that. You have
So 7 or 8.
7 to
that's
8, yeah. And you're going to.
You exclude some every hand, so you have at least a couple extra ones in
Well, you're
there.
gonna have a deck. You're gonna shuffle up, and you're gonna deal everybody X cards.
Okay.
They're gonna have it, and you're gonna start with 1 card in your tableau, so you're automatically scoring a point.
Gotcha.
Got it. So, what was your other question? Oh, how many come in the game?
Yeah.
I believe there's, with the little mini expansion we had, it's like 23.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of options.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really fun little game. I think it does something different with trick taking. Daniel Solis and Beth Sobel, they're people that we work with and love. It's the 5th game in our small box line with like Kodama and Ninja Camp, those types of games.
Okay.
So,
Very
yeah,
cool.
We're excited.
When's that going to be available?
Origins,
Origins as well, and the MSRP on it?
20.
20 as well. How much was Bees?
Bees was 25.
25. That's 20. Okay. Very cool. Great look to it. Yeah, I love the Beth Sobel artwork is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we got one more we want to talk about here.
Delve, and this is, you have to forgive, this is a pretty beat up prototype with older look to it, but
Definitely.
nonetheless. So Delve is a game from Richard Launius and Pete Shirey. Pete from Cool Mini or Not.
Good old Pete.
Legendary.
Who we know and love.
Legendary Richard Launius. And what it is it's essentially, think Carcassonne meets like middle school D&D, like when you were playing D&D wrong, but it was awesome. So you're building a dungeon as you're playing, and you have your party, your characters, and there's some slight asymmetry. There's 4 different classes. There's a leader, there's a thief, there's a fighter, and there's a wizard.
Is there something in here we can show, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to give the camera some eye candy there.
Yeah.
Because we only got a couple of minutes, but we still want to
Sure.
show them something to look at.
You're going to be building out this. You're going to be building out a dungeon, and the individual players are going to have tiles, 5 tiles. So there's those 4 classes, and each of them will have 1 extra of one of those 4 classes.
I made a road.
You did.
I think that's a road.
I'm proud of you. Whenever you place, the gameplay is very simple. When you play a tile, you place it, and there's only one rule. Corridors have to connect. Okay. So I couldn't just go like this because this is jutting into this corridor. I could, however, go like this to start a new corridor that isn't. So whenever you place it, you then take one of your little deployment tiles, one of your characters, and you put it face down in one of the parts of the room. So here we have the blue room, we have the tan room, or we have a corridor. just like in Carcassonne where the castles close up, when that happens, if 2 or more players are in the room, you're going to battle for the spoils.
Okay.
So there's treasure chests, of which, of course, there are none on the tiles in front. Oh, there's one. And there's gold bags. Gold bags are simply cards numbered 1 to 3. That's the points. You keep those at the end of the game. Treasures are cards that are worth points that also have powers. Okay, and they're worth usually a little bit more.
Cool.
We're going to flip over our guys. They're going to tell us what dice we have, and we're going to battle for the treasure. If you happen to close a room alone, like say here, this little blue room, instead you have an encounter, a random encounter. You draw a card.
So you still have to deal with something.
Player to your left reads the little narrative part, and it says, do you want to do A or do you want to do B? They don't know what the outcome is.
Cool.
Just kind of like an old school D&D.
So yeah, I can see that whole Carcassonne meets dungeon delving kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very neat, very neat. When is this one going to be available?
This one
This had a Kickstarter already, right?
This was on Kickstarter. Yeah, it did very well. It's coming out at Origins also with Trickster.
Well, you guys are going to have a busy Origins, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, Origins is a cool enough con
Very
to
cool.
deserve.
All right, well, thanks for talking to me.
Thanks.
Always good to see you. And thank you for tuning in. We're going to see y'all real soon.